this is Andrea. I'm getting ready to take my youngest son to work, and then I have to run a couple errands. So we'll see how that goes, cause I'm not exactly on the highest energy today, but we'll see how that goes. So today is Wednesday. It's almost the end of November, and it was really cold this morning, but right now it's like, it's okay. I don't know what the temperature is. I'd say it's in the mid-50s, but it was like 42 this morning, or... Oh, here comes my youngest son. Okay. Put your shoes on, or put your seatbelt on. I don't care if you put your shoes on. Well, you should put it on for work. Is that your new hat?
This is one of my hats.
Oh, okay.
I have two of these.
He bought, can I say what you did? He bought 2 orange hats, and he's gonna get...
I only bought one, actually, and I'm gonna get a different kind because the one I got sucks.
Oh, I thought you bought 2 of the same color. Oh, no, you're buying 2 of the patch. And he's buying a patch to sew on it, so... Because he wants to look too cool for school. Sonny just fell. You know, when he was chasing you.
Is he on his medicine?
He's on his medicine, but Aunt Nettie said that there is a brace I can get for him. So I'm going to look into that and talk to the
What does her dog have
vet
to?
doctor. No, but she must have seen it when she was looking at other stuff, because she's got that thing for Scout. But there's a thing that you can put on him. It's probably something you can only put on during the day, because a lot of that stuff you're not supposed to sleep with it on, because it can block your circulation. Although I don't know how much sleep he gets at night, because does he sleep a lot at night? Because during the day he sleeps too. Or maybe he's just old. He is old.
He sleeps with his eyes open a lot.
Well, does he have like the nictating membrane down? You know they got 2 eyelids, like frogs do, or I don't know if frogs do.
I don't know if he does. It looks like he doesn't.
He does have it. I've seen it down before. Did you start the game last night?
Yeah, that's why I was...
Call of Duty World War II?
I was playing until 6:30 in the morning.
Oh.
The online's really good. I didn't even play the campaign at all.
So, how'd the online go? Ooh, they're cutting trees over there.
Pretty good.
How's it different? Is it different from the other Call of Duties?
It's made by a third company.
Is it? Is it still got the same kind of stuff?
It's made by a company called Sledgehammer.
How's the camera? How's the graphics look?
Really good.
That's good. Is this isn't the one that people were complaining about, the loot boxes, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. Well, did they
why.
change the way the loot box? Because there were apparently there's some items that you can only get in loot boxes.
I didn't see that there were only items you can get in loot boxes.
Yeah, they were like things...
I haven't seen anybody use any items that you can only get in loot boxes.
They were things that were more than just like cosmetic or something, and people were complaining about that. Like that if you spent a lot of money... And actually one state, was it Hawaii? One of the states ruled it gambling aimed at children, and are trying to block the sale of it.
Why would you even say it's aimed at children when it's meant for 17 and up?
I don't know. I just dropped my son off at work. We had to go through a lot of, they're finally paving that road that they've been waiting forever to pave. And they're doing it in really long chunks, so there's really long, and I mean long, I mean like 6 to 8 blocks long. That's how much paving they're doing at once. Well, not they got trucks all along it, just sitting there. And then there's like whatever, I'm not going to go into it. I'm just a little stressed, that's all. Because then I got him complaining that he's going to be late for work. And, whatever. Come along with me to Goodwill. I'm going to this camera on. I don't know if it's gonna see anything though. Maybe let's see, because I got stuff in the trunk. Some of it's been there for a while, and then I put a couple more things in there. I just want to get all that stuff out of the house. Plus, I had it on my list of things to do in November, and November's almost over. So, gotta do what you gotta do. Listen, how are you today? How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. I always wonder if, like, you know those songs and nursery rhymes and stuff from when you're a kid? There's ones that my kids never learned, and I tried to teach them. And I just wonder how much longer will people even know what they are, you know? I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know if it matters or not, but there's something, I don't know. What is it called? Not reminiscent. There's something sentimental about it, you know? I almost forgot where the Goodwill is. There's like 3 shopping centers right here. Well, is it 2 right here? And then there's one down the road. I don't know. And there's like a highway in between them, so. Some big falcons flying up there. Like maybe there's a deer on the... Deer. Yeah, there's like 3 of them circling. Not yeah. Are they falcons? I guess it wouldn't be a deer. It would be, they'd be looking for small animals. They're not carrion birds, they're predators. I don't know if you know this, but falcons will kill cats. And in fact, in some parts of the US, back in the 70s and 80s, when people would find their cats killed outside, they would, a lot of times they'd think it was satanic ritual or whatever, but it was later found that there were falcons. Falcons and hawks, I guess they're similar. I'm not going to go into detail of what they do. If you want to know, you can look it up, but it's not pleasant. It's unpleasant enough for people to think that it's satanic ritual. Let's put it that way. Okay. Can I go behind up here? I think I can go from that direction. It's like you have to go behind the store, and then there's like, there'll be some people on the, like on a little back area, and they take your stuff for you. Now I'm gonna want to go into the Goodwill. I shouldn't buy anything though. I still need to buy stocking stuffers. I usually like to go into Goodwill to look at books and stuff. Books and stuff. Mostly books. I shouldn't get rid of all these things and then get ready to replace them right away. That's not a good idea. Ah, they're setting up to put Christmas trees in the parking lot. Did that say underwater Christmas tree lighting? I don't know if I misread that, and I don't even know what that means. If they just have underwater lights and it looks like it's a Christmas tree. I don't know. Maybe we'll find some kind of Christmassy thing to do this year. So now I'm behind the buildings at the shops, at the stores. Gotta remember which one is the Goodwill. It's not there. Please tell me I'm getting near the Goodwill. Hallmark, the cleaners. Goodwill stuff. Oh, there's a lady walking back here. She looks like she's doing that power walking stuff. Remember when that was popular in the 80s? Yeah, I must have passed it. I don't know where the heck the Goodwill is. I think they've got their door closed. Anyway, I'm just losing my mind here, is all I got to say about this. I can't believe this. Another Goodwill is gone. Where are they all going? Ugh. I guess I'm stuck with this stuff in my trunk for now. Well, I have to go to the grocery store, but I need some caffeine and some sugar. I got up earlier than usual today, and I have to get up earlier than usual again tomorrow, so I am not 100%, if you know what I mean. I'm not 100%. Sometimes I think if I record while I'm driving, I'll come up with something really insightful and interesting to talk about, but that usually is not the case. I can't believe it. I'm still upset about the Goodwill being gone. Oh, there's a car coming. Well, there's a lot of junk in my trunk. And I don't mean that figuratively. So I'm like having this problem about the holidays, you know. Do you have this thing at the holidays where maybe there's one or two people that you don't want to see, but you feel like you have to see them? You feel like you're pressured to see them because you may or may not be related to them? Yeah, I have that problem every year, and it's usually very stressful for me. And I don't know how to approach it. I really think that the stress from it is affecting my health in the long run, is what I mean by that. So, like, there's been times in the past where I thought, if I move really far away, then I don't have to see this person. But I don't really want to move. My sister's not going to like hearing this. I don't really want to move far away because my kids are up here. She's going to be mad because I keep changing my mind. Like before, I said I was going to move to Texas because the winters here are really bad for my arthritis. Like, they're really bad. And we were planning for a while to move to Texas, and now I'm thinking, my kids are up here. I don't know if I'm not ready to move yet. Let's put it that way. I'm not at the point yet where I'm ready to move. But I don't think I should have to move in order to avoid a situation that I don't want to be in, you know? Why does something that's supposed to be a good time of year have to have that kind of stress in it? You know? What are our obligations? Do we have obligations, or do we just put that in our mind that we have these obligations? What do we owe people, you know? If we owe them nothing but goodwill, as long as they're giving us goodwill, then that's fine, you know? But I don't know. I overthink this stuff so much. So much. It's to the point where I think next year my husband and I are going to go on a cruise at Christmas. That's what we're looking at doing. We've talked about it for years now, and they run specials in December at the holiday times. I don't know what you'd say. They run specials around December, so we're thinking about going next year. And I mean, kind of, that's a cop-out for one thing. Well, for one thing, it's going to be enjoyable because we're going to be on a cruise. We went on Royal Caribbean before and we really liked it, so we'll probably go on Royal Caribbean again. But we were on a small to medium ship, and I'll probably go. He said he wants to go on a little bit larger, but I don't want to go on those giant cruise ships. used to be, like, I read this book. I can't remember what it's called. I got it for free on my Kindle because there's some free books you can get on the Kindle, like if they're past, if they've been out of date for a certain amount of time, and and somebody types them in, then you can get them for free on your Kindle. And I think this one was called Letters from a Woman Homesteader. So it was like during pioneer days when people would move a little bit out west and they'd stake a claim, and you could stake a claim on land. This is like the Midwest is what I'm talking about. And you had to work that land for a certain amount of time before you could finish your claim on that land. You know, like there was some legal procedure or whatever. And the people relied on each other a lot because they were out in nowhere. They were out in the middle of nowhere, you know. And for the holidays, people would go visit each other and make sure everybody's okay. You know, is everybody, you got enough to keep you warm and stuff. And the gifts they would give each other is they'd make clothes for each other. They'd bring each other food. The only kind of stuff that they really bought and gave to each other would be magazines, because if they happened to go into town, which was a long experience, like they would take a horse and not a buggy, but a wagon. They'd take a horse and wagon, or two horses and a wagon, to the train station. Then they'd take the trains. Then you have to pay to have your horses taken care of there. Then they'd take the train into the city, so they'd go once every few months to get, you know, whatever they needed that they couldn't. Anyway, I find that stuff really interesting. But occasionally they would spend some money on some magazines, which were probably more like paper leaflets, you know what I mean, with small amounts of stories or something. I don't know. This is just conjecture from stuff that I've seen, you know, stuff that I've seen from that time period, and save them to give to people as gifts at Christmas. So I guess they had a lot more. They had a lot more going on in their lives than we. All different kinds of things, you know. We still each try to make our way in the world, and you know, make enough money to feed ourselves, and have a home, and take care of our families. So yesterday I put up this video of me and Dave doing a taste test for crackers. And if it seems like it's edited weird, it's because we originally did it as what's that called? A collab, where we did some taste test stuff for his channel and some for mine. But he hasn't had the time really he's been working a lot of overtime and on-call stuff, so he hasn't had time to put that video up. So if he does put it up in the future, then I will link to that video. But we still had fun. It's still a fun video on its own, so if you get a chance to check it out, check it out. Oh, it's so hot in here. I don't want to open the window. Pay attention. Faites attention. I know a little bit of French. Un peu. I know a little bit of a lot of languages. Just I like to say just enough to get me in trouble. Where you say some things right and some things wrong. So who knows? Who knows what'll happen? I always say it's good to make an effort, though. I was really happy with the way my poor French and my poor German, my even poorer German, was accepted in Europe, and how polite people were about it. Because I have to tell you that in the US, many Americans make fun of foreigners when they're trying to speak English. And it's a shame, because they put a lot more effort into trying to speak another language than we do. So I always try to be polite, and I ask them, do they want me to help with their... Some people people want you to help and some people don't. Most of them want you to help them as long as you're not being rude about it, you know? So, yeah, I really enjoyed going to Europe. I don't know, there's things I liked better there and there's things I like better here, but I think that's normal for anywhere you go. You get used to stuff the way they are in your own country. But I cannot wait to go to England. I want to see like every inch of the UK. From the very bottom to the very top. Even Scotland. I have to go to the grocery store, and I thought about going to get stocking stuffers, but I don't know where I want to go because I was watching videos for ideas for stocking stuffers for adults, and there were some pretty cool ideas. Like I like the idea of like beef, like little thing of beef jerky, or just, I don't know, there was just lots of little things like that I thought would be cute for my kids. But I don't know where I wrote the list. I thought I had it I thought I had it in my notepad in my other purse, but it's not in there. And I didn't write it in my... Is there like a weird light on the screen? It's funky. I totally overdid it at the grocery store and now I'm sore. Oh well. I don't know why I don't listen to my body sometimes. It's like I feel like I think in my mind that I can do more than I can do. It reminds me of this patient I once had. When I was in my 20s, I was a nursing assistant, and I worked in nursing homes, and I also worked in for a few years I worked in nursing homes, and then after that, for a couple of years, I worked in a facility that was for teenagers and young adults with Down syndrome. But when I was a nursing assistant at a nursing home, I had this one patient that she only had one leg, and in the middle of the night she'd forget that she only had one leg and she'd try to get up and go to the bathroom. Sometimes I feel like that's me. I forget that I can't do as much as I used to do, so oh well. Just gotta go home and rest. I got a couple of stocking stuffers. They had some chocolates on sale, you know. And I mostly went to get stuff for dinner tonight. I didn't get a lot of stuff, but I just got what I had to get for today, plus some stocking stuffers. I was looking for, you know those puzzle books? Well, our grocery store, they used to have a big section of magazines and books, mostly magazines, but they'd have those puzzle magazines. There's different kind of puzzle magazines. Well, now that they put in this place where you can buy beer and wine, so now that that's taken up so much space, they have a lot less magazines. And so there's a lot less puzzle books. And my son, my middle son, he wants a book of logic puzzles, which are hard to get in this country. I've noticed that when I do get them, they're like written for a British audience, because like at the front of the magazine it'll have a list of terms, so you can they'll have like a list of terms that are used in some of the puzzles in case, you know, you don't know what the terms are, and they're usually, you know, it's usually British terms. So there must be a much bigger market for logic puzzles in the UK than there is here. I love I love logic puzzles. I'm not as good at them as I used to be, but my middle son loves them too, so I don't know. Maybe I'll order one online, but I don't know if I want... I mean, it's easier to just get it at the store and then it's cheaper. Usually when you have to order them online, you know, it costs more because you got to pay for shipping. It's not like just going to the store and getting a magazine or whatever. The sun's going down and it's right in my eyes. See, it's days like this where I'm not usually out in the sun like this, but it's days like this that I wish I actually did put on some makeup so it would block the sun off me. Oh well. So I think we're gonna have a chicken pasta bake for dinner, and Bob asked if I would cook the chicken first, so I think I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on the chicken breasts and some Italian herbs and then just put it in the oven because it's easier that way. Well, I don't know if I'm going to come back on tonight, so if I don't, then I hope that you are all having a good day today, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.